Hello, hello. Let me just put my do not disturb on for about 1 hour. We'll see how that goes. Hi, Karen. Welcome here. Hi, Connie. I'm not sure if you're still here, but hello. Let me get my camera straight. I think I'm good. There we go. That's a little bit better. Is it choppy? Why do I feel like, yeah, I feel like it's choppy, which is very weird. That doesn't seem to happen, but anyway, here I am. I get this notification, um, like my, hi Wendy, my StreamYard thing counts down for me when I get to, I think it's 30 minutes till what they call showtime. And anyway, so then it counts down and then it says, when I get to 0, it's showtime. So it's showtime. Okay, look what I got. Look what I got. Another pack of this came the other day. So I was like, okay, so now I can cover the back because right now I've got my front cover. There's my B for back. My spine is covered and I just need to cover my back. But I ran out of this paper. So this is going to be for one of our grandsons. And so I need to find that so I can put that in. And that will likely be, because the album is 8 by 8, that will likely be, there it is right there, 7 7/8 by 7 7/8. Okay, here's my, you know how I say have a bucket on hand? Here's my bucket. Oh, you know what? My camera is like really high, or my computer, there we go, is really high. Here's my bucket with my 12 by 12, and in front I've got a little box with my cut pieces, okay? And my, oh dear, you know what? My guillotine cutter is not here. I do not like to use my Stampin' Trimmer for this because I want crisp edges. I don't want frayed edges, okay? So I'll be right there. Let's grab this. And I am just going to 8 7/8. I'm just assuming that I am totally on, or not 8 7/8, 7. That would have been a waste of paper. 7 7/8, because my album is 8 by 8. Who do I have watching me tonight? I've got 3 gals here. I'm assuming Wendy and Karen. And now this is just going to go into that smaller box that is my scraps. I should have brought my other one forward. Okay, you know how I had said, and I've just started, so I'm going to probably go back and fix some of this if I can. I don't remember if I have, oh, hello, Debbie, again. If I had mentioned on previous videos that I like to sponge my edges. This is what I like to use. I bought this on Amazon. And you know what? I did not grab that link. I'm going to do early espresso. Okay, I'm going to do early espresso, but I am just going to gently sponge my edges, and I will show you how I do that. Simply like this. Okay, and sorry if that's making really bad noises for you. And I'm going to show you. Now, this is a preference thing. I prefer the sponged edge. Did I say that right? I prefer the sponged edge because I feel like it kind of, I don't know, hugs the paper, kind of gives it a little bit of a halo effect. I don't do it dark. I just do it light. Now, let me show you. And you can also use our Stampin' Up! Sponges where they come in a circle and I cut them in eighths. So here is the cover, and I don't know if this is going to come through. Here is the cover unsponged, and here is the cover sponged. Okay, I just prefer that look. So going forward, and I'm gonna just take the time later and just kind of do this and sponge my edges. It won't quite be the same. Now I've got my grain. Here's how my book opens. I've got my grain going this way. So I'm going to put my grain the same way. And of course, I always do a dry fit, and I need a new combo because I know that I was running low. This little beauty here I got from Cheryl Peters. And when I'm finished with my Tombow, I just put my lid on. But in the meantime, it can sit like that. Okay? So let's get that. Now, when I do my albums, I am, come on, baby. I am generous. Can somebody say that word for me, please? Generous. I can't say it. I think I'm tired. I like to be generous with it. How's that? Okay. The grain of my wood is going top to bottom. Okay. And now I'm going to lay that down like so. And you want to take the time and just be patient. Like, this is not a race. This should be relaxing, and you want to take the time to give everything you do a good burnish, okay? This is my favorite burnishing tool when I am working on my albums. You can get that at Scrapbook Cottage on St. Mary's Road here in Winnipeg. If you order it through Amazon, be warned. I had a friend who ordered one from Amazon. It said it was Teflon. This is Teflon. And thank you, Debbie. That's the word, generous. Generously apply your glue. Anyway, she paid $30 for it. It was not Teflon. It was not like, this isn't soft and bendable, but it has a very soft feel to it because it is Teflon, and hers was a plastic. It was advertised as Teflon, but it was not. And all it did was it tore her paper. So please be careful and see how I don't put it down and walk away. I work it. So basically what I'm doing is the glue that I've put down is getting moved around. This is Teflon. This is Teflon. This is silicone. Okay, there is a difference. this is Teflon. That's what they say at Scrapbook Cottage, okay? I don't know if, I think it was Connie. Oh, hi, Judy. Welcome here. I think Connie was the one that bought one at Scrapbook Cottage just a while ago. And I have been saying that it's silicone, but apparently it's Teflon, okay? So I had the wrong word. So now we're covered. Now we've got my front cover, my backs, my spine, and my back cover. Now we're going to open it up, and here we go. Now this pocket here, I think on our tutorial I have it measured incorrectly, and and my picture tutorial guides you every step of the way, and yeah, I definitely do. So I'm gonna have to correct that, but this we've already done. Here's my photo mat with my place photo here stamp that I purchased, and here's a picture of Owen. Okay, and when I ordered it already with the white border. So I wouldn't have to use one of these, but this is where the pockets are wonderful. But behind here, I for sure want to put something. So I could attach a photo to a photo. This is the wrong orientation, but I could attach two photos together. Okay. Now keep in mind, if you have a photo slipping in and out of a pocket, there is going to be wear on it. But you know what? We want these books to be poked through and looked through. Okay. So we did this the other day. We did this the other day. And now let's move on to this page, okay? And I have things in different orders than the original tutorial, because what happens is when we put our book together, the book slips into the spine. And so we create the pages. So the pages are, they're a doubled page, and then they slip into the spine a certain way. You have to buy the tutorial to see what I'm talking about. I've got to get that paper clip out of there. And so depending on how you slip your pages in can determine the position of all of your flips and flaps. But at the end of the day, if your flips and flaps are not the same as mine, it really doesn't matter, because the book comes together anyway. Okay. So Judy, that's so lovely that you're saying hi to everybody. Is your did you say mandolin practice? What is it that you're playing? That intrigues me. That is wonderful. We're going to cover this, okay? And I have an M here, so it's reminding me that I want a magnet on here, but do I? I think I do. I think I do. Those are my pull-out pages. We're not playing with that right now. All of these pieces are just little extra pieces. Okay, this can be attached. Like, you can do whatever you want. It is your album. I can attach that to here. I don't know if I want to, though. Let's just get this covered. So let's grab, and so now what I like to do is, now I've got what I call ukulele. That is so fantastic. My daughter has a ukulele, and yeah, she stopped playing. So this is what I call a spread. Okay, so here's one page, here's my spine, here's my other page. So whatever I do here, I want that to flow nicely here. It does not necessarily have to mirror this. So I can do a completely different transition right here if I wanted to, okay? If anybody is interested, I'm just thinking about this right now, is that the second page pocket? Karen, you know what? I think my second page pocket is actually on this side, because when I flipped my pages into my spine, and I don't want to get into that, that's the video portion of it. I think I did them differently. So what I'm trying to say is, once you build your page, like follow your picture tutorial, once you build your page, it really doesn't matter which way it slipped into the book, okay? Because it really doesn't matter. When you come to class, I'll explain that a little clearer. Let's cover this, okay? So I'm thinking what I want to do with that is, remember this one? I think I want to pull this in, and I want to sponge everything, okay? Remind me. Now, I can have my grain going this way or the other way. It really doesn't matter. When it comes to covering your paper or your book, it's a good idea to have a piece of white behind so that you can see where you're going, okay? Because if I measured from this edge here, that's longer than what I want to cover here, if that makes any sense. So let's put that white under there. I'm going to flip this over. See, that's lovely too. That could actually go on the other side. And I'm going to cheat instead of measuring. This is what I like to do. I like to cheat. So I'm going to just bring this down. So this is what I'm covering right here, and it ends right here, correct? Grab your pencil. It's going to be your best friend. So you're going to lay your design paper down on here. You're going to give yourself whatever margin you want. Some people like a big margin. I like a thin margin. I like about a 1/16 of an inch. Oh, and Connie, if you're still here, my magnets that I buy are a 1/16 of an inch in height. Okay, so here is approximately the border that I want on that side. Here's the edge right here. So I'm going to give myself a pencil mark right there so I know I'm cutting there. Okay, and now I'm going to pull this up and have the top lay down where I want it. And I'm going to come down here, right here, because this shows me where I want. So there's my line for there. So I know I'm cutting here and I'm cutting here, okay? Easier than measuring everything? Absolutely easier than measuring everything. And it's kind of the cheater way of doing it, but that's how I like to do it, because to put all of those measurements on a tutorial is crazy. So I look for my pencil mark. I make sure that I'm on my blade, and down I cut. That's going to go into my scrap box. And then on this side, down I cut, scrap. And now before I even do my sponging, I want to do again what I call my dry fit. So I just lay this down where I know I'm covering it, and I like everything that I see. This works too. And this does too. There's no right or wrong, okay? sometimes we overthink. We overthink and overthink. And Karen, the next time you come to BYOP, we can walk through that portion of it. So now I am just going to sponge my edge, or ink my edge. So I don't know if you can see the difference. So this is an inked edge, and this is an uninked edge. And I just like that look. I just really like that look. Get that all nicely sponged. I don't know if that comes through really loud. Yeah, you know what, Wendy? I do too. I think it's just a game changer. And because I just started this album, even what's down already, I'm going to go and, as best as I can, ink the edges. I'm working against black, so it really won't matter. And I do like to close my ink every time I'm done. Okay, so now, no, let's keep that there. That's actually a really good idea. Let's keep that there. Let's get our adhesive on here. I need like a 16-foot table when I do these. What type of brush are you using? You know what? I got this on Amazon, Judy, and I will find that and list it. So I need my brush and also my magnets, just so that, give myself a little note here. I thought of that the other day. At the end of my video, it's like, who asked me what? If this was the side that I was putting down, and I should do it anyway, take the time, get your white art eraser and erase your pencil mark off. Okay? Done. And don't use a pink eraser, okay? A pink eraser does not work. Now, Judy, even the Stampin' Up! Sponge works really well. I'll show you what that looks like. So there's my glue coverage. This works as well, okay? So that's just one of our Stampin' Up! Sponges. I cut it into 8ths, and then I punched one of these whale tail punches, folded it in half, and stapled it to that sponge. Let's put this down. And, you know what? I'm going to put it this way because I'm already holding it that way. And I don't want to stick my finger in the middle. And let's wiggle that over to the side. I can't remember if on my last video, I'm not quite centered, but I think my paper's down already. I can't remember if on my last video, if I gave you, you're very welcome, Judy. If you are interested in purchasing the video of the construction of this, along with a picture tutorial, although I've got so many bloopers in there, but that's where you're going to find that. And we could also, if anybody is interested in doing something like this, and I was going to copy. I don't know if I can. Can I do that? Whoa, I don't know what I just did. Oh, okay. No, but now I can't see the comments. I was going to copy this writing and just put it in the comments, but I'm not sure how to do that, if I even can. Okay, so now that is down. Okay, now let's open this up. Hello, Cheryl. Welcome here. And let's cover that side. Okay, let's get that done. And I can just grab something entirely different. I want to kind of stay in my color palette here. I'm not in the browns. I'm in the grays. Let's see. Where are some of my grays? That is a little bit of a compliment, but I think I prefer that with browns. I hope I have some gray tones in here. I could use that. There's a gray tone right there. Let's pull all of these out and see what we have. Maybe we have mostly browns in here. There's another, well, we've got the blues. We've got the blues, and I can even, I don't have to stay in this particular family. I can move into something entirely different, but I don't think I pulled anything out in the grays. Let's see what we've got here. That's kind of fun. Don't like it though. Not against that. You know what? Let's just stick with this for now. There's also that. Oh, and that's the other side of that one. Okay. Let's pull that out. What was that again? Just this. I don't mind that. So this can be the palette for the next page. All of this here, I'm liking that. We've got some kind of white vanilla-ish tones in there. There's a nice big piece of scrap. So let's stick with that. So on the other side of that, we're going to put this one down. So we're going to do the same thing. Let's get our piece of white paper. Okay. Can you guys hear my husband? Is he being like super loud? I can't put music on because then YouTube will shut me down because of copyright things. And let's get pencil number 2 because now all of a sudden I don't know where my other pencil is. And let's make our first mark right here. And then our second mark I can see is right down there. That might be hard to find after, but I'm going to cut that one first because my pencil mark color is kind of the same color as my design paper. So there it is, right here. Okay, and so I'm going to have another nice big chunk of scrap. And we're going to sponge this. Wendy, I do have, okay, thank you, Cheryl. I do have your album kit cut and ready for you. Okay, and so dry fit. everything I do a dry fit before it goes down. I need to make sure this, no, see how that doesn't quite fit that way as nicely as it does this way. You know what? I am going to trim just a smidge off right there, like just a 1/16 of an inch. And that's why I like to do my dry fit. That's what I cut off. And sometimes that makes a difference. I'll come by one of these days as long as I know. Isn't that crazy? Apparently it's blowing in tonight. I'm downstairs, so I have no idea what's happening out there. And at the moment, I really don't care. And I think I like that fit, but not quite. I'm going to take a smidgeroony off again. And Wendy, I could always meet you somewhere too, if that is easier. Like, seriously, I took a whisker off. A whisker. It's not snowing yet, but it's coming, apparently. Apparently it's coming. Judy was saying this morning that it's been really yucky in Ontario. Okay, let's get our adhesive down on that because I liked that fit. Oh, let's brush first. I just about did it. I need to have my brush right in front of my glue, I think. So here is going to be a really good example of a brushed and non-brushed, because this is a lighter color of DSP. So let me show you the difference. So there's a brushed edge opposed to a non-brushed edge. No right or wrong at all. It's a personal preference, and I like a brushed edge. I'm going with the browns because I want to stay in a neutral color. But let's say you got to a spread, so that's going to be your right side and your left side, and you're covering it with a pink. You can do your brushing in a pink, or let's say your whole book is in blues because you're making a book for a grandson. Brush it in blues. Okay, we're going to flip that over. We're going to put our adhesive down on this side. And I do try to stay away from my edges. Because I don't want any glue oozing out. Okay. So we've got our white paper showing us where we are at. And down that goes. Let's pull that glue into the page. Like so. And let me show you while I'm thinking about it. Let me show you what the magnets look like that come. I think I got a little bit of ink right there. Here's an example of what you can do on a nice big page like this. I can do something like that. And probably what I would do, there's glare there. There's my grandson Owen fishing, ice fishing. And so you could do something like that. And then you could decorate the edge. You can cut the white off if you don't want a white border. It's entirely what you want to do. You can sponge that edge if you want, okay? So that's just a fun thing to do. And how was my grocery trip with Mom? It was great. It's always good. It's a nice outing for her. She's 89. She's doing really, really well. Really well for an 89-year-old. She's like 89 going on 70. Okay, so there's that. So that flap is done. And I decided I don't need a magnet just on a flat page. Oh, I am not in camera. I've got all of this stuff in the way. I decided that a flat page like this did not need a magnet. That's just a waste. Okay. This is how the magnets come. Are these both the same? No, they're a little bit different. Probably a different company, but I don't know if that is like a packing number or what, but they come in this little case like this, and they are very strong and very thin. So they're about an eighth, they're a 16th of an inch wide, and they are a not quite a ½ inch. So what would that be? That would be, let me see, 1, 2, about 3/8 of an inch wide. Okay. And they're great. Oh, Cheryl, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. So I pick up my mother every week and I take her grocery shopping. That's just what I do. Here we have a little flap. Let's cover that. Okay. So now I'm looking at this as my matching point. So I don't want the same thing. I could use that side or that. Let's see what else we have. Sorry, I've got an itchy nose all of a sudden. No, I don't like that. I want to pull in. Let's see. What do we have? What do we have in here? Ooh, that might look. No, too much wood grain, I think. Mind you, this whole thing is wood grain. I should have done some homework, ladies. I love this. I think I want that. I'm just wondering if I'm starting to pull in just way too much wood grain. And this is all like bright colors, so that's not going to work. That is not going to work. Denise, do you have anything close by that you could use? Surely there's scraps of something somewhere. Surely, surely. This is for a grandson, so I don't want a flowery thing. Let's see what we've got in here. Let's see. You are an Cheryl, I don't know about that, but thank you. I'll take it. So this is just my little box of all my current 6x6s, and I'm just gonna really quickly see if there's something that kind of grabs me. I kind of want to stay in the browns. What do we have here? See, I could pull something like that in there, definitely. Or even this, stars. Whoops, sorry, I hit the camera. Okay, so there are definitely tones in here that would work. I'm not minding that one bit. So that is the Iconic Celebration. So I was in the I's. Let's see. In the L's, I don't think any of this would work. You never know. Let's see. See, that would work. There's some grays. So this is that duck, that duck stuff. I can't remember what it's called. And I don't have the, yeah, like even that, like little dragonflies. That would work too. Okay, so I'm going to pull that in there. So now an entirely different family of design paper. And I think I mentioned that last time, where you don't have to stay in the whoopsie. You know what? I am, and not that that's what I normally do, but it's just all I have around me is current stuff. So, but after today, I will probably go digging. So let's put those scraps back in there. And yeah, I can totally, on a smaller piece, like look at, that's just not quite big enough. Okay, let me show you something, girls, because there's no rules when you're doing an album. So these are 6 by 6, okay? And I've got my book already put together, and I want to cover this flap, okay? I know, Karen and Cheryl, you haven't bumped into each other in so long. I want to cover this flap. This is 6 by 6. I want a thin border. See how the edge of this, so I can either do this. I can either center it and have a larger border than I normally do, or if I want to do a 1/16 of an inch border, I can get real gutsy and I could come in here and I can trim this black flap, okay? So having said that, what I'm trying to say is, even though your book is put together, you can still manipulate it once it's all put together. And I'm going to show you how I do that. So I want to cut just a 1/16 of an inch off of this already flap. Okay, so let's just bring our book this way. There's my flap. I got a lot of stuff happening here, girls. We're going to take this and I am going to slip that. Is it going to work? Yeah, there we go. I'm going to slip that into my cutter. I want to make sure that I am square, so I'm going to use these lines. Be straight. Okay, I'm going to use those lines. We're going to hold this down. And I trimmed that off, okay? Duck paper is Lily Pond on page 45 in the annual catalog. Judy, you are amazing. You are so amazing. And your card is in the mail because Judy won the draw today. So the card that we made today during my live, Judy, it's on its way. Okay, so I've got my white scratch paper behind me so that I can see what I'm doing. We cut a smidge off, and I could have cut even a little bit more, but I'm not going to worry about that. Let's flip this over. Like, look how fun this would be, okay? You're creating a book for a little girl, okay? Like, seriously, that's stinking adorable, okay? But this is for my Owen. So I know that this is already the right size going this way. And going this way, I want to chop that about right there. So there's my pencil mark. I am going to create an album tomorrow, and I'm going to follow my I'm going to follow my tutorial. So my friend Cheryl Peters, who just commented, she's the gal that creates these. So if you are interested in purchasing that, you can just drop her a message right here. This particular one has been giving me action. Let's just give it a good shake down because it is new. There we go. So let's just get our adhesive down. Pop that in there, just like so. I have Stampin' Up Skeleton Cutter. I have one that I bought. I believe I bought it at Staples years ago. And I have, oh, I forgot to sponge. I forgot to sponge. Let's do it right now. Shucks. Too late once it's down to do it. And you know, normally when I do albums, I sponge right away. But because I'm doing these so sporadically, and now I can't find my early espresso. Hello, where did you go? Where did you go? Oh, under all my little chunks of design paper. Yes, I have many cutters. Let's do it this way. So see how you can sort of still do it. Good thing my album is black. Good thing. I really like kind of the halo effect. You don't get as nice of a brush doing it this way, but it still works-ish. So with this flap down, just to show you, here's another place. You would just trim the white off and you could have a picture right on a flap. Okay? So now that's done. So now let's cover this. Let's cover that. And now, not big enough. Not big enough. We're going to have to cut a 12 by 12, which is perfectly fine. And that's where I decided that I just had too much wood going on. And I wanted something a little less woodsy. What else do we have? You know what, too, though? I've got, let's see. Let's see what else I have. Just right here beside me. And I don't care that I'm getting into some retired stuff. See, there's another. That could work with the book, but I'm trying to get away from another wood grain. I'm not really sure what I'm looking for. That's for sure not going to work. And you know what? I need to take this off. Sorry. Where am I here? Let me take that off. Hide. There we go. Sorry about that. I forgot that I had that up. What do we have in here? Woo, we have yellows. That's definitely not going to work. Let's see. What else do we have right here in my bin? Let's see. Okay, maybe something in here could work. See, that could work, definitely. But that particular one is not big enough. So let's grab that one. Yay! That's great. That's what I wanted to do, was kind of move away from wood grain, because you don't have to stay in the wood grain. Now, I don't know if that makes you like ridiculously dizzy, because it certainly does for me. Judy, thank you. So all of these polka dots become very busy, but this is a really good place. And I'll show you in a moment. Okay, Denise, remember to sponge your edge, okay? Remember to sponge your edge. So I got a little bit of white sticking out right there, which shows me where I'm going, okay? So there we go. And another thing you need to keep in mind when you're doing these, your album, and sorry to say, but this is the truth, your album will never, ever be perfect, okay? You need to remember it's a handmade album, okay? So it is a labor of love, and that's just the way it is. So there's my pencil mark. Let's find it. Down it goes. This is the, and I believe it's retired now. This is the green gold, forget what it's called now. Ooh, I hope I didn't cut that too small. Now, this is going to go in my scrap pile. And yay, ladies, I moved away from wood grain. And this is dots, okay? It's just dots. So let's grab our early espresso. And I think I need to re-ink my... And let's sponge that edge. Now, if I used this, this is all you do. It's basically, it's the same thing. Debbie was in class the other night when I did my BYOP, Bring Your Own Project, and she was working on her album, and that's what she was using. Okay, she was using early espresso and a quarter of a Stampin' Up! Sponge. Okay. And you can even, if you want, I don't think I'm going to, but you could even on purpose come right onto your design paper and make a hot little mess out of it. So there, my edges are sponged. On my screen, it looks like lines. I bet it does. Okay, so now I want to dry fit, and it goes this way. Okay, so this is not a perfect square. Okay, so you always want to do a dry fit. Okay, always. Grab your adhesive, and sorry, green and gold, but you're beautiful. But I like the dots on the other side. Let's put that down. Make sure you're going the right way, because this was not a perfect square. And I look like I'm good. Grab your burnishing tool. and I had a little bit of glue ooze out right there. I want to pull it in first. Pull it into the middle first. And then I can take it to the edges. Karen, are you still with us? I'm not sure if you needed to go. I know I love the green and gold too. Imagine a book like that. Or even just a page, like a spread like that, right? Now, if you have a page that is super busy, but you still wanted to put that down, okay? So I wanted to put this down because I wanted to get away from wood grain, okay? But this is kind of like whoa, on the eyes. Hang tight, talk amongst yourself. I'll be 10 seconds, not even. Just going over here. Grab all my goodies. This is everything that I had set up for class the other night. But now I need a TV table. Okay, let's open some drawers. And let's tuck that in there. And let's open these drawers and tuck that there. Okay, so on a page like this, you could do something like this. This is 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. Okay, so I could do something like this, and then you would just, I have ordered this stamp. Okay, so you can do something like that. Okay. Oh, okay, good. I'm glad you're still here. So you can do something like that. So I had these on my table for bring your own project. So we've got a spot for photos. Okay. And then what you can do, and I'm not going to put that down because I don't know for certain that that's what I want to do. But then on my table, I also had this. And so we can do something like this. And I'm just going to take my pencil, and we're going to assume that this is going to be kind of the space in between, like sitting on my page. And there's my cut marks. Okay. I like my cut marks. Way easier than measuring everything. So there is a cut this way. There's scrap for my journal. And we're going to cut right here like that. And you never know. At the end, when I'm done, if I'm not using that, I chuck it. But in the meantime, I can keep it. Now, I can put that down like this, or I can do a binder. And I'm going to punch that. And I'm going to punch it away from you, just so you're not hearing a snap. Let's line up that side, and let's line up this side. And One more. Now, let me show you how I would put that down. But first, what I would do, when you're in the middle of this, sometimes you don't need to ink up your sponge every single time. So there is a place photo here. See the difference when your edges are inked? So sometimes we just need to quiet down some of our design paper, and we're going to ink the edge of this. And this would be like a day ice fishing with Owen. Just inking this up all over the edges. And even here. And sometimes even if this tears off, it's all good. Now, when I put something like this down, what I like to do is I like to take my Tombow and I like to just very gently, I just put dot, 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 dot. Okay, so dot, dot, not a lot. So then I could probably do something like this. Okay, on that page. Let me see. There you go. Now you can see the whole thing. Okay, so that's what that would look like. Okay, what do you think? Pretty nice. Pretty nice. I like it. Let's get this side covered up. And something that I can even do on that side is there can also be a photo or journaling. You could just have journaling there, but you know what? I'm going to cover it with, what do we have here? I could do something like that, or even I could even pull that in again. Let me see. Let me see. Or what was some of the, okay, there's this. I could even do something like that. Well, that's right, because I chopped it. That right there. There it is. That's what we want to do on that side. Okay. So this is like little dragonflies is what that is. So how perfect is that? So this will, I think this is going to be a fishing page once the pictures go in. So there's my cut mark. Karen, is this all making sense to you? And I will walk you through your book as you're constructing it. I just don't want to take the time to do that here because I'm going to keep that because we're working on covering this with pretty paper. And we are going to sponge the edge. Espresso, where did I put you? I don't know where I put it. There it is. I need like, I need 4 early espressos so I can have one like northeast, south, and west. So let's just tone that edge down. These are so cute. I don't know if it comes through at your end the way it does on mine, but take a look. They're just tiny little dragonflies. I love dragonflies. I mean, I don't like them when they're on me because it freaks me out, but I love dragonflies. Tuck that away so I'm not looking for it later. Dry fit. I like it. And let's get some glue down there. I never put the glue on my book. I always put the glue on my DSP because I need to be certain that I'm not going over the edge. Okay. And again, I am far more generous with my glue when I'm putting a book together than when I put a card together. But I'm still careful about not over gluing. Okay. My husband's talking to a friend at home on the phone. It sounds like he's having a party up there. Cheryl, how was your dinner tonight? Oh, and when I grabbed that for you at the grocery store, I kind of knew what you were making, but I already had dinner lined up for tonight, so I didn't. But I think I'm going to have to go to the grocery store and make that because now I have a hankering for it. That was fun to shop for you, my friend. Okay, so now I've got this, and I mean, I might likely do that. So that flap is done, and this flap is done. Okay, now let's move over to this side. Okay, and so now we don't necessarily have to mirror what we just did, but we do want it to flow nicely. Okay, so this paper clip is holding this, because what I'm going to do here, okay, so Karen, I don't know if you're watching, but when you get to this page, I think this is the first page, and when I put this in, I didn't put it in order, but I think, Karen, I think this is the page that you're referring to. Okay, so it's the page that has the two flaps. Okay, and we also have this. Okay, and I think it's the number 10, and I think this is what you're talking about. Okay, we're going to cover this with design paper first. We're going to set this aside, and I'm going to show you what you do with that. So let's determine what we want for our design paper on that side. That's not going to fit, and I don't want exactly the same thing, but another wood grain would be okay. I don't like that brown. I don't really care for that against that. So let's see. It's the wrong tone. It is. And that's not going to work. Or that. That is the same thing. So I don't want the same thing. So let's do another pivot, and let's grab some of this other stuff that I found. Like that could work, entirely different. But if you put in a new piece of design paper and you like it, you just need to repeat that again, and it helps it to pull together. Okay, so let's see that this is warm, I think. I don't know. Let's see. Do I like that against there? That's not so bad. It looks kind of wonky, but you know what? You need some I know. What was the name of that fishing design paper? Is that what it was called? Is Gone Fishing? Because I might have some of that. I know it's since retired. I'm going to get this set up for cutting, but I'm going to watch. I'm going to watch the comments because maybe somebody remembers what that fishing paper was called. It had like, what did it? It had like a tackle box and it had fishing lures and stuff. Ooh. Gingham would also work. But yeah, if I knew the name of that design paper, I could probably dig it out because I keep everything in alphabetical order in my studio. So I would be able to find it quite easily. That line, I want more there. Okay, let's get that cut. Gone Fishing. Is that what it was called? Was it called Gone Fishing? Girls, I'll be right back. I'm going to go check. I'll be right back. Nope, it was not called Gone Fishing. I do not recall what it was called. It's called Let's Go Fishing. Okay, we will look under the L's. Let's Go Fishing. And I don't even have any. I don't have any left. I don't have any left. Let's see what I have in here. I think these colors are like way off. Ooh, what is this? What is this? Poetic Expressions. Let's Go Fishing. I have none. Poetic Expressions. Come on. Or no, not Poetic Expressions. Rock and Roll. Are you serious? This is cool. Okay. This is super cool. Okay. I found another set that's going to work. Let's find our cut marks. Wendy has it correct. Let's Go Fishing. And you know what? I've got none. So this is about 4 3/8. A nice big chunk of scrap. And you know what? The gingham too. Yeah, I have none, Wendy. I have none. There it is. I was like, where's my pencil mark? There it is. I keep losing it. There it is. Wendy, maybe I should buy some off of you. Do you have some that you can spare? Because I mean, the book is just starting. Do you have a package of Let's Go Fishing that I can buy off of you? I like that. I like that. Let's get that sponged. Look at me remembering. Rock and roll paper is great. Yep, it'll totally work. It'll totally work. My fishing page is going to be a different page. But Wendy, only if you can spare it. Because I don't want to take away something that you initially had plans for. Because I can always go to the scrapbooking store and find some. It won't be Stampin' Up paper, but I'm okay with that. for something like this. When I do my classes, everything is Stampin' Up, but every now and then you need to deviate. Now see how I've overbrushed in the corners a little bit? I don't mind that. Oh, Wendy, I'll pay for it. You do not have to give it to me, my dear. Okay, so I like that. I like that very much. Okay, let's get some adhesive behind there. So Karen, are you still with us? Because I'm going to show you what these two flat pages are all about. So now I'm covering up my number 11. And I think number 10 is probably the same thing. I can't remember now. And let's get that all nicely smushed in there. I think Dean is finished chatting with his buddy. It got extremely quiet up there. You have 8 packs. Oh my word. Wendy, if you want a part, I will buy 1 pack off of you, please and thank you. And I did think about that paper before, but I didn't have albums in my mind. And now it's like, yeah, I've got a bunch of grandkids that are fisher people. So it's like, I need some. Let's go fishing. I would love to buy a pack off of you if that's okay. Okay, so now we've got that. Now let's say the busyness of, well, you're probably going to put a picture there, you know, like you would put like a birthday picture there or something. And yes, you will put it crooked. And if you don't want the white border, this is what you do. Plain and simple. And actually this picture here is a really great example of how you could even fussy cut a paper. Oh, you're going to sign off. Thank you for all. Okay, Karen, on this page here for the flap, what you would do with your number 10, and that all of these scribble marks are here as an example. You're going to put adhesive here, here, and here. And then when you put that down here, okay, and we open this up, because we did not cover the whole thing with adhesive, on this side here, it becomes a pocket, if that made any sense. So that's what I wanted to show you, okay? So we're going to take this picture here, and I am not afraid to cut a picture. And I'm actually not even afraid to fussy cut a picture. I don't have my granddaughter's album here, but I fussy cut lots of her pictures. So this picture here, I wouldn't hesitate to fussy cut all around Owen and his candles. And then, yes, I would put that down crooked on there. Bye, Karen. I'm glad you came. I'm really glad it worked out for you to join us. We're going to be done here in about 10 minutes, whether I'm finished this side or not. Okay, so see how my spread here is looking sensical, okay? That's a word. It's a scrapbooking term, sensical. Okay? We're going to grab some much loved and retired rock and roll DSP. And look at this. Are you kidding me? Look. Like, how's that for a ridiculous spread? Like all of this. I found a gold mine, ladies. I could even put that down, and I love that. I love that. I think I preferred this. I think I like lines and then lines that are entirely different. But look at both sides of this is going to be fabulous. Okay, so we're going to put this piece down on that other flap. Okay, and I just want to keep that kind of together so I remember that that is rock and roll. And this side here is fabulous as well. I need my white paper because I can't see what I'm doing. And let's measure this. There's my pencil mark, which is going to be really hard to see. Oh my goodness, really hard. But we'll see if we can find it. And one is going to be right here. This one is right here. I'm going to make an arrow. Let's see if that can help me. All right, let's see what we can do. We're going to cut this off first because that's going to give me a bigger chunk for later. So down that goes. Rock and roll, into my bin you go. And then this here, right there, I believe is my line. And I'm going to dry fit it anyway, okay? And I am pretty much bang on. Okay. Wendy, have you made an album before? And down she goes. Oh, I did not sponge. Bah, it's a good thing it's black. I forgot to sponge. I don't know that I'm even going to bother. I'm going to give it a shot. I will give it a try. I did so well there for a while. Pride goeth before the fall, they say. So for anybody in Winnipeg, if you are in front of a window, has the snow rolled in yet? Let's see if I can still sponge that. Debbie, I love the DSP that you chose for your book. Well, it is helping a little bit. It's taking away every now and then kind of a white edge. Not the easiest way to do your sponging. Not the easiest way. Okay, so now we've got this. Like so. We're going to put this down, and I wonder if I jumped ahead of myself here a little bit. I wonder if we should have put a magnet down. I'm going to put a magnet down on here. So I'm going to put an M to remind me. Okay. So what we're going to do is, so Debbie, and who else is here that has done the album class? Karen is gone. So Debbie, when you get, oh no, you've already, I can't remember if you've put this together yet. Now, even those that have done an album class, you can do these add-ons onto your book. Like if you have a book where you've got a flap, you can just cut yourself a piece of design cardstock And what you're going to do is you're going to put, let me do some erasing here. I'm going to keep my M there, but I want the rest of this gone. It's likely going to get covered, but okay. So this is very easy to do with, I'm only hesitating because I think I want to use tear and tape. This is something that you can do even after the fact. The snow has not started yet in Winnipeg. Okay. So here we go. Let's create a pocket. Okay, where's my ruler? I need my ruler. Okay, let's use my knit tool instead. I don't like to cut my tear and tape. I like to hold it in my hand and not touch hardly any of the tape. And that is going to end right about there. So there's our pocket. Okay, you're going to give that a nice burnish. I'm going to put this pocket down. You can do this to any page. Just another little added thing. You're just going to cut a piece of cardstock, whatever size you want. Let's put down our white. Let's close this. And the reason being is I want to attach this to here, but I want to make sure that I'm covering my adhesive. Okay. So, ooh, maybe I don't want my white paper because I need to make sure that I am straight. So I am kind of eyeballing both sides of this, and I think I'm about center. And I think I'm pretty close to straight. Just touch it lightly. Come this way. And I think I'm good. And so now what I've done, because of the way I put my adhesive, I've created a pocket. Okay? So now you've got a place for a photo, if that's what you want. And actually, that looks really pretty sweet there. I think I'm going to just leave that. I like that. Oh, and Michael Dean, look at you. I'm not going to cover this just in case, because I really like that. But now when we flip it over, we do have a pocket here as well. Okay, so we're not going to cover that just because I love it. But then when we open this, we have this to cover. But you know what? I think I want to go hang with my husband now because he's been at work all day. And let's call this a day, and we will finish this up next week when we come back. Okay, so the inside of page 2. How is that? I want to thank you all so much for hanging with me. I'm done with my glue, so I'm going to take that off and put my cover and put that to bed for night. Cheryl, thank you. I love my glue tool. And thank you so much for hanging with me, everyone. I hope you're still enjoying watching me cover my album. If you are interested in this class, please drop me a line, or you can go directly to, if you want to drop me a line or a message, there's my email address. Please feel free to use that if you just want to say, hey, I want a little more information on this. Or if you just want to go right to, and I should put, I should get a QR code. I think that would be way easier. But you can drop me a line and I can send you information about the class, okay? Or not the class, but the video tutorial. Anyway, I'm going to sign off because it is 8 o'clock. It's 8:02 here in the beautiful city of Winnipeg, well, East St. Paul. And I'm going to call it a night. Talk to you later. Thank you so much for hanging with me. Have a blessed weekend. And yes, I can't wait for next week. And Wendy, let's touch base and I will get your stuff to you. Okay. Thank you, Debbie, so much. I've helped you because I know you did the class um, and this is the whole idea of doing these videos for this particular album, is just to kind of give you tips and tricks along the way. I actually really like this. I think I'm going to just put this down and be done with it. So you know what? Let's just do that. So let's just do that. Now, if you are, oh, I went too close to the edge here. If you are really nervous about not being straight or square, you can just pull out the tool. I think would still work this way, maybe. I don't know. I'm better at eyeballing. So place photo here. And what I like to do is if I start at this end, this is giving me kind of the depth that I want on that side. Okay, I guess I could have started with that first, which would have made way more sense. So yeah, don't do what I'm doing. Start with your longer one and center that, and then it would tell you where you want those. But you're going to put this down, and let me show you something else that you're going to do, or that you can do. Let's just eyeball square here, Denise. Like so. And then you're going to put your adhesive like this. And then when you get to this, all you're going to do is, seriously, that's all you want. You don't want glue oozing out into your book. It's just going to make a hot, hot mess. Down you go, our journaling page, because I do really like that. And let's give all of that a burnish, and then we'll call it a night. But don't go away. Stay here. I want to show you something that you can do on your page. Okay? And another thing that you want to keep in mind is, and I need to look through my some of my memories and more packs, because oftentimes there are things in there that are absolutely perfect. Like there's your lines already. Like that is so perfect. And then you can take, do I have? Yes, I do. Okay, just work with me here, because this is not gonna match at all. But I just want to show you something that you can do. So Stampin' Up! Has all kinds of ephemera and things. And so, like for instance, this obviously isn't going to work, but we're going to pretend that this is an ephemera of a fish or whatever. You're going to put that there, and then you can take a little gift box, and you decorate your page. You just decorate your page. So once your pages are together, and even if, you put your photo down and you have a box, because it's your birthday. So here's a gift. So yeah, all of that to say, like the possibilities just are endless on what you can do to decorate your page. Okay. So fun. It's so fun. And I'm enjoying doing this with you girls so much. And that is a wrap. And I can't wait for next time as well. Wendy, we need to touch base. Let's hook up so I can get your items into your hand and chat through some things here and close that flap. And I still have my M here. So next week, Owen, I love you on that page. Next week, we're going to put a magnet here and a magnet here. And normally I would put a magnet down before I put my design paper. So I kind of jumped ahead on that. But anyway, we will talk to you later. I don't know who is still here, but everybody else left after I did all of that. We'll see you later. Have a wonderful evening. Bye now.